Welcome back, everyone, to another Sunday special. Tonight's story takes us into a world where the hero was abandoned, forgotten, and left behind by the very people he loved. For 20 years, Naruto remained hidden from the world, building a new life while Konoha paid the price for its mistakes. But now, as darkness approaches and old wounds reopen, the village that once rejected him has come seeking its lost hero. The question is, will Naruto answer their call, or will he make them regret ever coming back? Grab your snacks, sit back, and let's dive into today's Sunday special. "10 years, the first 10 long years of the beginning of my life. I was once a young child who truly knew what pain, torture, hurt, sadness, grief, sorrow, neglect, loneliness, and left with nothing in life. Born into this world, I was a curse for having the soul of the Kyuubi Kitsune demon seal away within me. However, my twin sister was blessed with the powers of the Kyuubi Kitsune demon seal away within her, as she was loved by all as I was rejected by all. This was all like this for me because of Toad's prophecy that a child born from two great ninjas would save the countries. And it was my sister who one day saved us all. His parents' decision by choosing one of their children over the other. They allowed the villagers to beat me and they all go unpunished for so long because they thought I would forgive them. Will I guess since it doesn't matter to me since when I turned 9 I knew was born to be alone and die alone where no one would remember me? On my 10th birthday, I was in my room where I could hear my sister being clan heir of both Uzumaki and Namake's family clan. A part of me died when I heard that was the last thing I had and now it was gone, but at the same time, someone came to me who I never thought would ever dare come to me. He opens my eyes to the truth of this world and I knew there was no reason for me to stay here. I left that old life and become Naruto Uzumaki. That new last name of mine is a symbol of what was taken from me and I'm taking back what's rightfully mine. A man was working in his office who was the owner of the world's most top billion-dollar companies. It was known as by Uzumaki. That was also the last name of the owner and founder of this place. The man was Mr. Uzumaki, or by his first name Naruto. His businesses is known for the making of so many things known to bring a new future into this world with the products he sells like vehicles, appliances, devices, tools, and many more to make the world a better by evolution the wood into a new era. Naruto had blonde hair and he had it in a slick hairstyle, blue eyes, pale skin, whisker marks. He was 30 years old but looked like he was 18 because he did take great care of himself after all. He wore a white suit, opens up to see a gold and black vest, black tie, and he wore black dress shoes that shine. He was proud of what he was. He loves helped with a lot of charity work for many to help out children and families to make their lives easier. His office was big that had gray floors, white walls. On the left side were pictures showing him doing charity work. On the right side big fancy bookcase. Both sides did have 4 fancy grays couches with a glass coffee table middle. In the middle of the room had white rug from the door to his black desk and chair. On his desk was clean with his laptop. Behind his desk was a wall window seeing the entire city. Naruto was on his laptop doing work until his secretary calls him. "Mr. Uzumaki, you have someone here asking to see you. Please inform them to come in," Naruto said, not knowing who was it. But he had an hour to talk. Maybe it's one of his friends wanting to talk. It's not a surprise after all, he had friends that did that before, so one of them are probably doing it again. Naruto saw the door open seeing 2 people entering his office. It was a surprise to him because he quickly realized who they were and despite not seeing them in over 20 years he definitely knew who they were and it made his blood boil just looking at them. Naruto managed to keep himself calm but inside he felt like he was going to explode by the 2 who were now in a sight. The first was a man who looks like him but older and with long blonde spiky hairstyle and the other was a female who had long red hair. It can't be you both, Naruto thought, as it was not just their hairstyles and faces but also their clothes represent that old village he used to be from. His great hatred and fear as he said their names out in a cold voice. Minato. Kushina. Kushina walked up to Naruto's desk as Minato stood right behind her. "Naruto, my son, you have no idea how much we miss you," she said with some tears coming down her eyes as she wanted to hug her long-lost son as it's been forever since she saw him. "Why have you both come here? We haven't last seen each other in over 2 decades. Naruto asked in an ice-cold voice as he was mad after all this time they have decided to come here to surprise him thinking he would be happy to see them. Minato came to his desk. Naruto, we came here because a group knows as the Akatsuki have got 8 out of 9 tail beast. Sooner or later they will find you. We need you to come back so we can keep you safe and train you in our family clan arts so you can become a shinobi as you were always meant to be, Minato explained as he wanted to make this right with his son. Such a hilarious tale. What makes you recall that I need your aid? After all, my businesses can keep me safe from the Akatsuki, from a group that can't even touch me here. After all, I made this place to where people like you can't capture me here, Naruto told them as he relaxed in his chair as well. Without them noticing, he pressed a button under his desk. Naruto, what's make you think that? This isn't a joke, you are in danger more than you think, Minato said as his son slowly rise up from the chair. Then I think, Try to leap over my table and you comprehend what I mean, Naruto said as he backed away from his office desk. Minato didn't want to play games but he was going to do it. Fine, I still don't see what's the point of all this, Minato said as he jumps but he couldn't get over his son's desk. What the hell? It's one of my employees' well done work to keep me safe and secure from intruders, Naruto tells them. Naruto, stop this game of yours. You need to come back for your own good, Minato said as Naruto looked bored. Explain to me why to show I care. After all, you don't think I know you let the village, most of them all try to kill me and you had decided to let them off free, Naruto said, making Minato surprised as he didn't know Naruto find that out. I'm sorry Naruto, but after you run away I did have the ones. Minato was cut off by Naruto. It doesn't even matter to me, I don't even want to be some low-life ninja scum anymore like the rest of you are, Naruto said as Minato and Kushina were shocked to hear something like that from their own son. That made Kushina started talking. Naruto, we didn't just come here to bring you back, we all need you back at Konoha. The Great Toad tells us about your power inside of you. We need to train you so you can unlock it. Naruto, some great evil will come for us soon, you need to be ready when it comes, Kushina said, but Naruto still didn't care. You know it takes years for a ninja to become strong, and you mean my twin sister Mino has the power inside? After all, that's what you all said about her. As for me, I was nothing, and you both dare come to me now just ask for help by forcing me to be some fairy tales hero in your head. Grow up you both, I'm no hero or some shinobi in your eyes, Naruto tell them off. But son, we want forgiveness, we want to make this right with you, Minato ask for forgiveness. You both actually believe I'm some forgiving person, you both really are so ignorant, believing I'm just leaving everything behind just to risk my life to some scum villagers. Don't be absurd. Now do us all a favor and return to where you belong and at least forgive your ignorant, Naruto said as Minato and Kushina try one more time. But son, they were both cut off by Naruto. I'm not your son and you both are not my family, now get out of my sight, Naruto told them as he turned away from them. Both Minato and Kushina were upset, but they were not going to stop getting forgiveness, making him come back. Minato and Kushina were both staying in a motel after their failed meeting with their son. Naruto, it was ironic that for so many years they had truly believed that Mino was the child of prophet, so they focused giving her to all the training to be able to use the power of the Kyuubi Kitsune demon and it would save the element countries. Minato had always believed that ever since he first heard of the Toad's prophecy that a child born from 2 great ninjas would save the countries. They both thought they made the right decision by choosing one child other the other. They have allowed the whole village to go unpunished for attacking and beating their own son. Minato did believe Naruto would understand and forgive them, but as time went by Naruto started hiding from them and noticing his blood on the bathroom floor. Minato did want to talk to Naruto about what was going on with him, but he was too busy with everything else that he never did come to talk to Naruto. After the day of Mino's 10th birthday party, she finds out that her brother ran away from the village at the age of 10 and none of them heard from him again for over 20 years. Mino took it very hard as she believes it was all because of her that he ran away. Mino became a formal shell of what she used to be. Minato and Kushina had to push her training and studying, but even with all that, her power and skill had only grown by a bit. After she had unlocked the power of the Kitsune, it became another story. she became unskilled when it comes to using jutsus or ninja skills but makes up for that with raw power, labeling her as unskilled. But worst, she was to be put in the hospital. Her body began to fail her. After 10 years of all of that time went to waste, Minato soon realized that the prophecy meant his son, Naruto. The power that was needed for the prophecy to be fulfilled was that of the soul of the Kyuubi Kitsune demon. It took 10 long painful years of tracking down any bit of information or rumors to finally track Naruto down. It was honestly a surprise to find out he was the owner and a founder of a billion-dollar company. They had hoped he would want to come back and become just like them, but he didn't want to be the hero or be a part of a family that had neglected him. And he's also right, there's no way they would be able to train him to be able to be a ninja in such a short amount of time. Naruto's is right, even if we did bring him back with us, how can we train him to be able to fight like us? Minato asks his wife. We got to try to earn his forgiveness, Kushina started. He's the one that can save the element countries. He's the only one that can do it, Minato. But how can we get him to even listen to us? We never listened to him when he was still with us back at that village, and the only way that Naruto could ever be ready to fight the Akatsuki is by going through training from hell, but that only works when the one going through the training wants to go through it. Naruto wouldn't go through that kind of training to save us, and that kind of training only truly works at a young age when it's easier for muscle memory to happen, to the point that a person can do jutsus or react without even thinking. Not to mention people who go through that kind of training either die or go crazy from it, with only a handful who survive in both mind and body. Naruto needs to be willing to fight and have a stable mind for the prophecy to be fulfilled, Minato explains. But our own son doesn't care enough to fulfill it, Kushina said, then looked down. Even our daughter can't even save the element countries, knowing what happened to her 10 years ago. We can only hope that something can turn his mind around about this, and there might be one way, Minato said as he was going to get someone to talk to Naruto. Later in Naruto's office. Naruto was doing work on his laptop as he can hear someone knocking at his door. I have no appointment at this hour? Naruto didn't want to think about them again. Must I say it 1,000 times? I suppose you don't take no for an answer, Naruto thought as the door opened to see it was Jiraiya without Naruto permission just coming in. Is there going to be a big conga line here of you all unwelcome people just coming in here? Naruto said in a piss-off tone. Naruto, it's been years since the last time I have seen you, and that's all you have to say to your godfather? Jiraiya asks as Naruto rolls his eyes over. I'm over 18, I don't need a godfather at my age telling me what to say to you, Naruto said as Jiraiya came up to his desk. Well, I'm sure your kids would need one, Jiraiya was cut off by Naruto. Never had children or got married, although if I even did I wouldn't want a pervert around mine unless I was some alcoholic father. Now I know what you are going to say since Minato and Kushina were here earlier, so get the hell out of my office, I have more important things to do that need to get done here, Naruto said as he just was gone. Naruto, what more important work are you even doing here than not helping us? Jiraiya asks. Running a company, time is money, those words are older than the fox I have sealed away inside of me, Naruto said as Jiraiya was surprised by what? Naruto, what happened to you? Why are you so uncaring? Jiraiya said. It's simple, I grew up knowing that how the world was uncaring to me as a child and none of you care about me. So why should I care about you or the others for that matter? And before you say anything, I already had this talk with them, so just leave, Naruto said in an ice tone of voice. Naruto, your sis. Jiraiya was cut off by Naruto. I said Leah. This time Naruto was cut off by Jiraiya. Naruto. Listen to me. Your sister is dying. She wants to see you again before she gone. Jiraiya yelled and Naruto froze for a moment but then started to chuckle and began to laugh his head off. That's a good joke, you even have me believe that demon was dying, lol. Naruto keeps laughing until he got slaps in the face. Naruto froze for a moment as he forgot that he left the barrier down. He took the slab like a champ though and looked at the old man. Naruto. What the hell is wrong with you? Why would say something like that about your own sister? Yes, I might have not been a good godfather and your parents were not great, but your sister is. Jiraiya was cut off by Naruto again. Let me guess, you're going to say she was innocent in all this, right? Well, you're dead wrong. Naruto's voice was filled with hatred. The village, all of them had some part of loving seeing me in pain. Minato, a scumbag of a father that let villagers torturing me, even allowing for them take away my innocence I lost that when I was 9. He thought I was to forgive them all for what they did to me. Naruto slams his fist on the desktop. Well, he was dead wrong. Jiraiya was getting creeped out by Naruto's new voice. Then we have Kushina, a woman who was neither my real mother since she never cares about how I feel, wanted nothing to do with me. Then you act like I never even exist. No matter how many times I made myself notice to you, Naruto said, but one thing he had to say. Oh, then here we have Mino, the devil herself. As long as I can remember, she was always after me, thinking she can do whatever she wants, and because I was not like her, so she thought I deserve to be treated like trash. Just the way how she looks at me, I could see nothing more but a monster, a real one. She just like the rest of them, so I don't really care about her dying anyway. But Naruto, she has changed and all she wants to see you again. Even the rest of the villagers are asking for forgiveness, Jiraiya said. Well, I'm not sorry, but I run out of that forgiveness thing a long ago, Naruto said as both of his arms were crossed. Naruto, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to force you to come back with us, Jiraiya said as he did have a plan already. And how are you going to do that? Naruto asks with an eyebrow raised. Naruto, I know you help many charities out and with many businesses, and I know how to ruin your reputation with them, Jiraiya said, surprising Naruto a little. I beg your pardon, Naruto said. Naruto, I can easily use a transforming jutsu making me look like you and recording videos making you say things that can seriously offend them, Jiraiya said, making Naruto enraged. Jiraiya, this is blackmail, Naruto said in anger. Look, Naruto, what we are asking for you is to come back to see Mino and at least try to let us show you we have changed, Naruto, Jiraiya explains. I hate you, fine, but I'm going to need to take a few days to get everything ready, but just let you know what you are trying to do with me staying, it's not going to work, Naruto said. Okay then, we see you soon, Jiraiya said and left. Naruto has his hands on his head, thinking, I can't believe they got me into doing this, Kurama. Don't worry, Naruto, I will be with you, but you know I can't believe they got you to come back so easily by using blackmailing on you, Kurama said. Kurama, you don't think I would just let them take me back without having a plan first, right? Naruto asked him. You're right about that, I think you have a way to get back at them, Kurama said with a smirk on his face. Back in Konoha Hospital. Mino was laying in her bed. She had red long hair, and she looked just like her mother but sick looking. Brother, please come back. After a few days, Naruto got himself ready to go, but some close friends of his were coming along with him as well. A young man who was the same age as Naruto, he had short brown hair, green eyes, tan skin, he wore a dark blue suit, his name was Budo, Naruto's longtime friend since high school. A man who was in his 40s, but looked like he was in his late 20s, he had a nice haircut, his hair was black, dark eyes, wearing a nice white suit, he was like an older brother to Naruto and he would help Naruto whenever needed, his name was Taro. Lastly, a woman, who was 29 years old, she had long dark beautiful brown hair but loved to put in crown braids, she wears a black suit dress, her name was Amai, she met Naruto when he was just 12 and been long-time friends. Okay guys, now that we here let us go, Naruto said as they all left to meet Naruto's so-called family. They all soon meet Minato, Kushina, and Jiraiya. Son, I'm glad you changed your mind, Minato said, but Naruto just looked at them. It's just business for me, Hokage. Now how all 7 of us are going to get to the village? Naruto asks as the 3 of them were confused for a moment. 7? They all said, then noted he met his friends. Oh, you mean your friends? I didn't know they were coming too? Jiraiya said as Naruto took a step closer to him. Is that a problem? Naruto asks him. No, Naruto, of course not, we just didn't know you were bringing others with you, that's all, Jiraiya said as Naruto took a step back from him then. Good, I'm glad for that. Now how are we exactly going to get to the Konoha village? Naruto asks. It's going to take us a few weeks on foot, so Minato was cut off by Naruto. No, Hokage, we are not in the old ages where we have to walk to the other side of the world. We can take my private jet. It will take us a few hours to get there, Naruto said as they looked confused. Your private jet? What? Minato asks as he had no idea what that was. Naruto looks annoyed for not something that they should have known what a jet is. Just follow me, Naruto said as they all went to Naruto's private jet, but they all three were confused by this private jet. Naruto, how is this going to get us back home? Kushina asks. Did any of you want to fly? Naruto asks. Naruto, why did you ask that? Kushina asks as Naruto looks at her. Well, if you did, it's about to come true, Naruto said as he and the others went in. All of you just take a seat, and let's fly. The jet soon went up. Naruto was on his laptop reading. Naruto, can you tell us about how you became so successful in business work with running your own company? Kushina asks, trying to know more about her son's life. Stay in school and work hard, Naruto said as Kushina thought he was going to say more. So Naruto, have you ever thought about getting married? Minato asks. I'm married to my company, Naruto said. But I don't see a ring on your finger, Naruto, Jiraiya said, joking around, but Naruto showed him his ring. It was gold-plated with a black gemstone. That's a simple ring, Jiraiya said. I don't care for many rings, but I like this one. I have worn this since I was 16. I never took it off since, Naruto said. Okay then, Naruto, so is there anything else you've been doing since you were gone? Jiraiya asks as he wanted to know more about Naruto's likes so he could try to win him over. Hey Naruto, can you tell us how did your company invent this jet? Minato asks. My company didn't invent jets, they were around before you three were born, but back then they weren't that good until my company made this jet do something that others don't do, Naruto said as he pushed a button and the whole jet went invisible. Oh my god, all three of them were in shock. As you can see, we are about 38,000 feet high from the ground, Naruto as he pushes the button again and the jet is back to normal again. A few hours later. Soon they landed away from the village, so no one could see them as they got off. Minato, Kushina, and Jiraiya were all happy being on the ground again. Naruto put the jet invisible so no one could see it. Okay, let's go, Naruto said as they were heading to the village. Soon the guards see their Hokage and Lady Kushina have brought back their lost son Naruto, the heir to Uzumaki, and Namake's clan has returned to save them. As soon the villagers say they all look happy to him again and try to run up to him. Welcome back, Namake's Naruto, many of the villagers said, but Naruto replied. That's Mr. Uzuka's to all of you. Naruto didn't like them calling him by his old last name. Many were happy for seeing him again, but some were not, still seeing him as a demon like the Uchiha clan. Soon they got to Naruto's old house as Naruto gulped as he had many bad memories here that he wished that he never had to return to. So when are we going to see Mino? Naruto asks, not really caring about, just wanting to get this over with. Tomorrow, it started to get late, Minato said. Okay, we just get checked into a hotel, Naruto said, but Minato was not going to let that happen. No, Naruto, you and your friends are staying here for the time, Minato said as he showed Naruto his old room. Surprising, Naruto didn't look that empty as it once did. It looked clean and was filled with nice new furniture. The walls were painted white, new light wooden floors, a king-size mattress with white and yellow pillows and blankets, a drawer that had his old family pictures on top, a desk table that had a nice rug on the floor, blinds to cover the window, and last there were more pictures of him and some parts of the village. Okay, this can do, Naruto said as he getting some rest. I can't believe I'm back here, Kurama. We won't be here for long, brother Naruto. If they try something funny, we remember what's the plan we have, Kurama said as Naruto looked at him. Thanks, big brother, Naruto said as he went to sleep. Naruto woke up. Well, not it's as bad sleeping here for a night as I thought. Hey, that because I'm here, my little fox brother, Kurama said as Naruto smiled. Thanks, Kurama, Naruto said as he got out of bed and went into the kitchen for some food. Naruto made some breakfast, 4 eggs, 3 breakfast sandwiches, an omelette, bacon, and sausage. Naruto made all that as Kushina came to see Naruto eating. Naruto, you're up already? Kushina asks as she thought her son would still be asleep. Yes, it is almost 6 in the morning after all, Naruto said as he keeps eating. So you are an early morning person. Well, I guess you get that from me, Kushina said as she was trying to start up a conversation, but still, Naruto didn't look interested. Hey, do you have more of that? It smells good, Naruto pointed to the kitchen where there was more as he keeps eating. Thank you, Naruto. Naruto got done eating his meal and went to the outdoor porch looking at the sunrise, a pleasant dawn. I adore viewing things like this. Same here, little brother, Kurama said. Later. Minato, Kushina, and Naruto went to Mino's hospital room. So she is here, is she? Naruto said as he was surprised by the fact he was about to see Mino again after 20 long years. Well, let's see what you look like now, Mino, Naruto thought as they all walked in. Mino was laying there, she had red long hair, and she looked just like her mother but sick looking. She looked over to the door to see, and her eyes went wide as she saw the man in the suit. And Naruto, is that really you? Naruto walked up to her. Yes, it is me. Mino sounded calm but really was not happy seeing her again. Mino knew Naruto was happy to be with her again because of the sound of his voice was calm. My brother. My big brother, Mino said as she tried to get up to hug him. Mino, you could hurt yourself by doing that, Kushina said. Mino looked at her parents and said, Mommy, Dad, please leave my brother and me alone. I want to talk to him in private, please. Okay, if that's what you want, Minato said as both of them left, and now it was just Mino and Naruto. Naruto, you have no idea how happy I am to see you again, Mino said as she keeps hugging him. She wondered why Naruto was not hugging her back though. Naruto, can I ask you something? You may say what it is, Mrs. Namikaze, Naruto said, being formal to her. Why did you leave? Was it really me? I want to know. I always had that thought in mind ever since you left. Please tell me what so I can stop questioning it. Mino begs him to tell her the truth. Is that so? Well, to answer your question, why not I tell you then? Naruto said as Mino wanted to know what he meant by that as Naruto started telling her. Naruto was in his bed crying that everyone was celebrating Mino's 10th birthday party and nobody remembers it was his as well. He overheard his parents had announced to everyone at the party that they made his little twin sister the heiress to both clans. Naruto keeps repeating himself as he was crying on his pillow. Why? Why me? Human child, you don't understand how this world works, do you? A demonic voice called out of nowhere. Naruto opened eyes up and saw he was no longer in his room. He saw he was standing on a bloody red river. At the end of it was a massive cage. Naruto walked and saw something was inside the cage. So after 10 long years you have finally come to see me for a visit? Who are you? Naruto said with fear in his voice. Don't be afraid of me, you have nothing to worry about since I'm in here and you are out there, but as I'm sure you don't know him, I'm the Kyuubi Kitsune, the Kyuubi said. The one whom my father sealed away in me, right? Naruto asked as he wanted to make sure he was right. Yes, I am. You're so young with so many questions in your head about why this and why that. Tell me, have you ever heard this? A man is born free but nowhere he goes in the world he chained to it. Do you know what that means? The Kyuubi asked. No, I don't know what that means really, Naruto said as he was confused by it. It means you can be whoever you want to be, but at the same time everyone and everything around you can control you. You said you're human but everyone said you're a demon fox. You want to be strong but you have a weak body, the Kyuubi explained. You have seen what they have to do to me, have you? Naruto asked. Of course I have seen what has happened outside of you. I know everything about you, what you think, what you see, what you hear, what you dreams, and know everything about you, the Kyuubi said. Then please ask me this then. I want to be known as a great hero and to be Hokage like my father, but no matter how much I try nothing seems to work for me. Everyone who calls me a dead last, demon, loser, or anything else, I say they wrong but inside I feel as if they right. Naruto asked the Kyuubi all of that. You really want to know the truth. I tell you, why should you keep trying to prove everyone wrong when no one here cares? You know your father and mother train your twin sister, she gets whatever she wants and loves seeing you getting hurt, the Kyuubi said. Well, they always say about the prophecy and I do understand, but Naruto was cut off. But what? This prophecy is so important that they have to abandon? To you? Neglected you? Your father had to let all those villagers beat you? Your mother left you alone. Your sister one day will be a great hero, but why stop there? She can take away your clan birthrights, anything you have will be taken away from you. Anyone can do whatever they want to you and get away with it. As you were born to be alone, and when you die you'll be forgotten and no one will remember you, the Kyuubi keep going on. Please stop, Naruto said as more tears were coming down from his eyes. Forgive me, child, everything I have said to you can be true or a lie depending on what you do. Do you really want to keep thinking one day they all turn around and always be disappointed in yourself, or start taking charge and responsibility in your life? The Kyuubi said. How do I even do that? Naruto asked as he didn't know how to. Leave. And find somewhere in this world to live, the Kyuubi told him. But where am I supposed to go? I don't know where anything else, Naruto asked. Anywhere you want to go, human child, but then again, what do I know? I'm nothing more but some worthless evil demon fox that is trapped here for the rest of your life, the Kyuubi said as Naruto returned back to his room. Naruto was sitting on his bed for a moment. He looked at his door and went over and cracked it open. He went to look downstairs and saw his family having the time of their lives without him. Mino was so happy, his parents were so happy for her. Naruto dried his tears off knowing they didn't care about him and that he wasn't even there with them. Naruto turned back to his room. I can't keep living like this anymore. Naruto started packing up his things, at the very least what he had. Naruto snuck into the kitchen when no one was in. He stole some food the fridge. He went out through the back door. Naruto took one last look at his house. His heart was full pain and rage how his family treated him. He spitted on the porch before he ran off. Go to hell, bastards, Naruto said as he ran off into the night to find his true home. Flashback ends. Mino tear up by hearing that. Naruto. I'm so. Naruto put his hand on hers. Don't say it, just go to sleep. Mino felt so tired. Maybe it was from all the medicine she was taking. Mino closed her eyes into a sleep. Naruto, can I finally do it, now? Kurama asked him. Yes, you can. Let's get your powers back, Naruto said as Kurama used Naruto body to absorb all of Mino chakra, thanks to Naruto having his hand on her. It took a few moments, but after they were done, Mino looked so much better, her face was more lively. Naruto came down to her face and whispered, one day you will burn in hell for what you did to me, I hate you, demon. Naruto had a smirk on his face. Now I think I have something to blackmail that pervert. Just wait, Naruto, we aren't done yet, with our plans we have for this village, Kurama said as Naruto knew he was right. Naruto left the room. Both Minato and Kushina were waiting outside for him. Naruto, what have you talked to your sister? Kushina asked as Naruto just looked at her. Nothing much, she kept going in and out, she's asleep now, Naruto said as he away from them. Naruto looked emotionless, but on the inside he was happy knowing he helped Kurama. Mino was asleep in her hospital bed dreaming about back when Naruto was still with her. At age 4 years old, Mino was sneaking behind Naruto. She was looking at what he was doing. Naruto was drawing a picture. The picture had so many sunflowers, a beautiful ocean blue sky, and a happy family. The family was Minato, Kushina, Naruto, and Mino. Naruto smiles so big, I hope dad loves it. Naruto walked away to get a drink of water. When Naruto was out of the room for a moment, Mino took the picture and ran off to show her parents. Hey, mom, dad, look what I made, Mino said, lying, making them believe she made it. It is beautiful, sweetheart, Kushina said as she gave Mino a big hug. Minato took the picture and hang it on the fridge. Naruto was there and was wondering why were they so happy. Hey mom and dad, why are you all so cheering? Naruto asks. Minato pointed at the picture. Look at what your little sister made for us, Minato said, sounding cheerful. Naruto looks at the picture and gasps at it. Mom. Dad. I made that picture, she stole it from me. Both parents look at Mino. Mino, is that true? Mino was impressive when it comes to lying. No, Dad, he's just very jealous that I'm getting old attention. Both look back at Naruto looking disappointed. Naruto, don't be jealous of your sister, we love you both. But she's lying, I made that picture, Naruto yelled as he hated being called a liar. Naruto, I will not take this rude attitude with you today, go to your room, Kushina told him and pointed in the direction of his room. But mom, Naruto was cut off. Naruto, do you want to be in more trouble? Do it, your mother says, Minato said, sounding disappointed in his son. Naruto felt upset, he ran to his room. Mino found it funny. Did you do her brother? Both of her parents look back at her. Do you want to make us another one? Mino? Both ask. Of course, mommy, daddy, Mino said with an innocent smile on her face. But it was all fake of truth. That was one of the very first things Mino have done that was wrong to do. Over the years before Naruto ran away, Mino had hurt Naruto in many ways. She loved to humiliate him in front of all her friends. She would usually hit Naruto while her parents never did anything to stop her. She who's also pulled his pants down, trip him, punch him, hit him with anything she could get her hands on, and broke anything that was his, especially the gifts he would try to give her. At age 9 old. It was going to be Mino's 9th birthday party soon in order to want to try to give her a gift. Those were the days back when Naruto showed love to her. Naruto had a gift for Mino. Hey Mino, I got you something. What is that? Mino asks him. It's a present, come on open it, Naruto said. Mino just grabbed it all of his hands and opened it. It was a wooden heart necklace. What is this? Mino asked as she sounded pissed. It's a necklace, Naruto said as Mino just didn't like it. I don't want your garbage, it's crap. My friends can give me way more of better stuff than this, Mino said as she threw it under the floor and stomp on it, causing the necklace to break into pieces. Naruto was heartbroken at what Mino had done. He started crying and ran away from her. Mino didn't care as she never seemed to. She was nothing more but a selfish, spoiled brat. Later, when she had her birthday cake out, when it was time to blow the candles, her wish that she never told anyone is that Naruto would one day disappear from her life. But that would all soon change. Almost 1 year later, Mino was walking down the streets trying to find a brother so she could pull some pranks on him. She saw a group of villagers walking out of an alley. We sure took care of that demon fox. You sure got that right. Wouldn't it be great if he died this time? Maybe, since he knows how long it will take. Honestly, I don't know why the 4th Hokage just put him to death. Mino could hear something in the alley. Mino went to look and saw Naruto. Naruto was unconscious, his eyes open but looked lifeless. He was covering blood and it was his. Naruto, get up, now. Mino said as she was not fighting this funny. She thought this was just a prank he was trying to pull. Naruto? Mino said as she bent down and filled him. He didn't feel warm at all. Mino was actually frightened by this. Before she could do anything, a few on boot came. Excuse me, Lady Namikaze, we need to take him to the hospital, a male umbu said, wearing a dog mask. Stupid kid, why do we always have to take him to the hospital? The other male umbu said, wearing a bird mask. They took him away. Later, Mino went back to the house and saw Naruto sitting on the couch looking down, depressed. His eyes still look lifeless. Mino had been very cruel to him over the years he's been with her, but now she realizes she has taken things too far. She wanted to say something to Naruto but didn't know what to say. She decided after the birthday party she would talk to him. Later at the birthday party, Jiraiya came to her and gave her a toad summoning scroll. Hey, If it's okay, can I share this gift with my brother Naruto? Mino said as everyone in the room was kind of shocked hearing that. Well, if you want to, of course, we can. When he comes out we'll tell him, Jiraiya said, but was thinking what was the point of giving him one. After the party was over, Mino headed to Naruto's bedroom. When she goes to his room she knocks on the door. Hello? Naruto? There was no answer. Maybe he went to sleep, she would come again in the morning. Mino, when she knocked again there was still no answer. Mino decided to open up the door. When she did she saw Naruto wasn't there. Mino looked everywhere for him but found nothing of him. She went to tell her parents. At first they both thought Naruto was just wandering around the village. But after a whole entire day passed both knew something was wrong. They had a little search party but no one could find him. Mino was heartbroken. Her wish had come true and now wished she could take it back. Every year on her birthday it got less fun as all she wants is her brother to come back. The parties got less and less, more fun, and fewer people came as years went on. When everyone will be out celebrating at the festival, all that Mino would do would be out at the door. She would have a party set up with gifts and a banner that says Happy Birthday Naruto. She would wait all night hoping her brother would one day come back on their birthday. She always hoped to see her brother come back on the same day of the year when he left. But no matter how many years he never came back. As the years went on Mino lost her health as she was getting sicker by the years. When they finally found out where Naruto was, she begged her family to bring him back so she can see him one last time. She wanted to know the truth if it was really her fault for him leaving. When that day finally came, Mino was paying attention to the story. She knew Naruto hated her so much. She wants to apologize but all the medicine she was taking started making her sleepy. After time passed she woke up and this time she felt a lot better. The doctors are all surrounding her saying that it's a miracle that happened. Little did she know that miracle came with a price and it might ruin her. Also, just let everyone know I do have another fanfic that I made and I really asked you all to please take a look at it. It's called War of the Foxes. It is my own idea of an anime as well. It has many things into it that I'm planning to put in. Please go check it out. Anyway, let's get started. Naruto was sitting down on a bench that was close to the river as he was reading a book. I must say this to you, Kurama, you have very great taste in books. You know exactly what I like to read, Naruto said as he continued reading and listened to the sound of the river. Of course I know what good books you would like, Kurama said as both kept on reading it. As time went on from enjoying reading the book, someone was walking over to Naruto. Hello there Naruto, a man with black hair and dark eyes said as he sat down next to him. I'm sorry, do I know you? Naruto asks. Of course Naruto was expecting some of the villagers now to be acting this way as if they were all best buddies with him. You really don't remember me? I am Itachi Uchiha, Itachi said as Naruto just had one eyebrow raise up at him. I'm sorry but I don't remember you, Naruto said as he was going back to reading his book, but Itachi started to explain. I was one of the Umbu who came and took you to the hospital at times when an angry mobs hurt you, Itachi explains. Naruto kept looking at the book. Well, that's the case, you were wearing a mask and I was mostly unconscious, so I couldn't have really remember you. Naruto flipped the page to the next page. Are you going to say thank me for what I did for you? Itachi asks. You were following orders by the Hokage. I know that's the only reason why you did it. You fought the same way as all the other villagers did, that is all, Naruto said as he kept on reading his book. After a moment he noticed Itachi was still here. Look, I'm not interested in conversation right now, I like being alone. Forgive me but I wasn't really doing it for orders. Honestly, I was with a few Umbu that did because I wanted to. Sometimes I did for the others because they wouldn't do it even if they were ordering to, Itachi explained. Naruto just rolls his eyes and look at him. Then thank you, Naruto said as clearly sounded sarcastic. Naruto didn't believe a single word out of his mouth. You're welcome, Itachi said as he was just being nice about Naruto's sarcasm. By the way, what are you reading? It's an old book talking about evolution. It goes on detail about many inventions. Naruto said as he looked at his watch. I have got to go. Naruto got himself up and leave. Okay, I'll see you later, Itachi said as he saw Naruto walk off. Later. Naruto was back in his room. Finally, we're back here. Naruto fell flat onto his bed. He was exhausted. Trying to get back home was very hard. Every single villager, every single one of them, they all should mean something to him and had placed in his heart, but no, he didn't. This room was the same one that he lived in while he was still living in this village. Miserable sadness, pain, and misery all together in this room. The only thing that's different about it is that how it looks now, it's nothing more but wearing rose-colored glasses. No, this village and this house is all nothing more but lies. Everything here is nothing more but people just trying to bribe him so they can just use him. It was nothing more but a game. Naruto knew that what it all was. All the love was placed on his sister and he was given nothing in return. It was only now that he was needed that people in this village are even trying to be nice to him. They have been trying to win him over by bribing him with gifts. Even worse, some women even try to offer themselves to him, which made him piss off, for a bunch of women who would try to do that, thinking he was that type of guy, and that made him sick. He called them whores in their faces, and those gifts, he would just slap them out of their hands. Get those things out of my face. Naruto hated being bright. That was something that really pissed him off. They're saying they want his forgiveness, but yet they're not even trying, they're just bribing him. All for just using him. When they're done, everything will just go back to the way it was. Naruto was not going to make himself look like a fool. Never again. All those times when he was a child, how they made him feel, he would never let them do that to him again. Hated here. Naruto said as he was hoping his friends would be back soon. Don't worry, I'm sure they'll be back soon, Kurama said as he was pissed off too but was not going to let it get to him. Back at the hospital. Tsunade was in the room. Mino had somehow a miracle has happened to her. Minato and Kushina were told by Tsunade herself as both hug her and Mino. But everything was not so good. Mino was depressed. She didn't want to say anything to her family. Now that she knows what happened over 20 years ago, she prefers not to cause more drama. If they found out, well, who knows what would happen. I hate that demon fox, Mino thought as she hated Kurama for being there for her brother Naruto when it should have been her. If only she had done something sooner, things could have been a lot different, not just for her and Naruto but everyone. She knows that she needs to find a way to fix this. Back with Naruto, he was sitting on the bed, he was looking at his ring, always remembering why he wear it. You always said I'm married to my job. Although the truth is, he always said that because he never think he could be a good father or husband, he doesn't really know how to take care of kids the way he does with his company, and in Honey, he had never once thought about real marriage. He doesn't know what married couples do, but he didn't like it. When you can remember what happens when he was 7. Oh God, I don't want to think of that, Naruto thought as he didn't want to remember that horrible night. Kurama tries to come for him. You never have to worry about that. Remember, I'm always here for you. Naruto starts tearing up. Naruto look at Kurama and hugs him. I know you are. You always been with me. I don't know what I would do without you, my big brother. Kurama hugged him back. Oh Naruto, even as a grown man you always say you need me. Don't worry, I'll always be here for you. Thank you, Naruto said as he hugged tighter in Kurama. You're welcome, and don't worry. Once we have what we need from this village, we will never let them hurt or try to use you again, I promise, Kurama said as closed his eyes. With the council, everyone was complaining about how Naruto had been acting towards the kindness they'd been giving to him. That ungrateful little bastard child. An old woman said. We have been nothing more but nice to him ever since he's been back, and he's treating us like crap. An old man said. That's enough. Another old man with bandages on his face said. This old man was of course Danzo. All of you all right, but complaining about it will get us nowhere. Then what do you think we should do then, Danzo? Hiruzen asked as he was curious. It's obvious he doesn't really trust us, and he will most likely leave since the child prophet is indeed Naruto. He will have to stay in this village no matter what. I have already been speaking to the daimyo, and we've been discussing ways to keep him in this village. Since he has already returned, he will remain under lockdown within the walls, including getting him set up to arrange marriage, Danzo explains. Many didn't like this idea, especially Hiruzen. Danzo, is this really a good idea? I mean, what would Minato would think of this? He was the one who asked me to help him with this idea, and I agreed to this, since he determined to get his son back. Even Jiraiya will do anything to make sure this happens, Danzo explains. Everyone was surprised by what Minato and Jiraiya were doing. I'm planning on making this fanfiction darker as the story goes on. As well, who do you think Minato tries to force Naruto to marry? Also, like I said at the beginning of this fanfic, please check out my War of the Foxes fanfic. Naruto was sitting on the bed reading his book until he heard a knock on the door. Who is? Naruto asked, and the moment he heard the voice he smiled. Naruto, it's us, we have what you needed, Amai said as Naruto opened the door and let them in. Budo, Taro, and Amai all went to sit on the bed as Naruto closed the door and was standing up looking at all them with his arms crossed ready to hear everything. So tell me, what did you guys find out that we can use to blackmail with? Naruto asks them, as the sooner he knows what they can use to blackmail them, the sooner they can leave. Budo stood up and started to speak. When I was out, I snuck into the shinobi files and found some information about many of the shinobi and their crimes that they have committed and got away with it. Apparently this village has done a lot of dirty stuff on missions and got away with it even from their own Hokage. Let them go free since they murdered families and innocent people from other villages outside of the Land of Fire. That's not really surprising to me. Do you have files of these? Naruto asked as he wanted proof or information to make sure nothing was mistaken. Yes, I had them in my bag. Thanks to some of the inventions that were made, it was really easy to sneak past the guards, since you would be surprised they can't tech invisibility or my drones, Budo explained. Taro rolls his eyes at him. Now that doesn't even surprise me. I found out Mino once stole a forbidden scroll. Of course, this happened when she was 13 and apparently they don't really keep guards on many things really important. Naruto looks at Taro with boredom but had also an understandable look. You do have a point there. Apparently this village is incompetent with guarding anything that is important not for others to get their hands on. So anyway, what have you found? The same as Budo, but I look in some other places and found some disgusting information about that old man who blackmail you, Taro said as he handed Naruto a few pieces of paper that explains what Jiraiya did. Naruto looked just disgusted what he was seeing. Apparently this Jiraiya guy had murdered innocent families and even R.A. Taro was caught off by Naruto. I don't want to hear it. I honestly think I'm going to be sick that he was in my office to begin, Naruto said as he was fuming now. I feel the same way. It disgusts me that people like them have that much power, Amai said as Naruto looked at her and nodded. Amai, please tell me you did not find anything disgusting as this. If you did, please do not show me it, Naruto said as he didn't want to read or hear about any more disgusting and sick information. Well, at least you might have found out some murders and some sick stuff what these shinobi have done. I have found some information about them breaking promises and lying and keeping secrets from their other alliances with the 4 great nations, Amai said as she handed Naruto a bunch of papers and Naruto read them. Who Danzo? Apparently, he's in a lot of these papers, Naruto asks her. He is part of the council and he's been around doing all kinds of things in this village that would be against the law, but the 4th Hokage and the 3rd Hokage had let him get away with a lot of things, Amai said as Naruto kept looking up at the papers back and forth. Now this is what I call a criminal gets away with luck all the time in his hands, Naruto said as he gave the papers back to Amai. Thank you all for this will definitely help me out a lot. All 3 left soon after as Naruto went to sit back on the bed and read his book. I'm telling you, Kurama, this is too easy for us to win, Naruto said as Kurama was looking at him with a smirk. You are definitely right about that, but we shouldn't count our chickens before they hatch. Remember that I don't want us to think we already won just yet, at least, Kurama said. Don't worry, the Hokage has no idea, Naruto said as he went back to reading. Little did he know an Umbu with white hair was listening to the whole entire conversation. Back with the Hokage office. Minato was in his office doing some paperwork until the Umbu appeared with some information about Naruto and his friends. This was definitely not good for Naruto now. With Mino. Mino had gotten better and she started walking again in her hospital room, and Kushina was there cheering her on as it was a miracle for them both. I can't wait when Naruto sees me like this, and I'll be able to make it up to him now, Mino said as she knows she has to find a way to make things right with Naruto. We're in trouble now. Budo, Taro, and Amai were all in their hotel rooms. All three were relaxing. Budo was relaxing on the bed, but then suddenly he heard something in the kitchen. He went to look and saw his bag was gone from the table he left it on. Where did it go? Budo thought as he looked around, but then a group of Umbu appear right behind him and got him onto the ground. Hey! Who the hell are you people? Budo yelled as they knocked him out and took him out of the hotel room. With Taro. Taro was drinking some coffee in his hotel room until someone up here right behind them hit him the back of his neck. With Amai. Amai was in her hotel room as she was on her laptop putting information that she gathered into the laptop and putting them in the files. Finally, about time I got this all done, Amai said as she closed her laptop and went to get a drink, but before she got to the fridge a female Umbu got up behind her and jumped and got her onto the ground and both vanished out of the hotel room. Somewhere else. Amai appeared in a dark room with the female Umbu had her arms tied up and threw her into a cell. She saw both Budo and Taro sitting there with their arms tied up as well. What is going on? Where are we? Amai asked as a familiar voice came out. All three looks who was at the cell that appeared with all the Umbu who captured them all. Minato the fourth Hokage was there. Treason, breaking in and stealing S-rank secrets and information as well, trying to brainwash my son, Minato said as he sounded very pissed off. What do you mean we didn't do anything wrong? Budo yelled as Minato was holding a bag full of papers. Then how do you explain all this that you stole as the secret conversation you had with my son? It's obvious to me you three are trying to keep my son from me and the rest of his real family. Once I get Naruto to come to his sensitive, you three will be long gone. Minato explained as Amai went pale as Budo and Taro were mad and grind their teeth. You won't get away with this. Once Naruto finds out you'll be in trouble then, Budo said as his blood was boiling in rage with the fact that Minato just threatened all three of them. Do you three really believe without chakra you have somewhat of a chance with all this technology? Chakra has always been around and it's what we use to keep things in order in this village, and it will be used to fulfill the prophecy, and I'll get my son back as well. Umbu, keep an eye on them until I come back, Minato said as he left them. Yes, Lord Hokage, the Umbu said. Back with Naruto. A day passed and Naruto went by the hotel, and when he went to each other rooms none of them were there. Where are they? Naruto asked as he had looked around everywhere in the hotel. Soon Minato came. Hey Naruto, are you alright? I'm just looking for my friends, Naruto said as he wasn't interested of talking to him. I'm sure they're fine, Naruto. I think they went to check out some of the shops, but we need to talk in my office, Minato said as he walked up to Naruto. Can it wait? Naruto got caught off as both were quickly teleported to Minato's office. Forgive me for that, but we do need to talk. Your sister somehow has healed up, but the doctors have noticed her demonic chakra is gone. I don't know how that happened or anything, but it did make me realize we have to get your chakra to be unlocked. Kushina wanted to help with it, Minato explained as Naruto looked at him. Yes, and I'm sure it can be done soon. Now anyway, is that all? 'Cause I'm a little bit busy right now? Naruto asks as he wanted to find his friends and get out of this village soon as possible so he can get back to his normal life. Of course, I'll get you when we're ready to unlock your chakra soon, Minato said as Naruto left. Soon after Kushina came in. Minato, have you told Naruto yet that we're going to help him unlock his chakra? Yes, I have. We're going to need the scroll to unlock his chakra, Minato said as went back to do some paperwork. Back with Naruto. Naruto looks everywhere around the village and he still couldn't find his friends. Where are they? Kurama started talking. Naruto, I'm a bit worried. Something here doesn't seem right here. You think something has happened? Naruto asks him. I don't know exactly what, but I know we're going to have to be careful with the unlocking chakra part. If they notice my is back inside of me, they might get suspicious of us, especially wondering why it's back inside of me, Kurama explains. You have a point, but right now we need to find our friends and then get out of here, Naruto said as he kept looking until nightfall. Naruto went back to the house and went inside to his bedroom. Where are they? We should have left by now, Naruto said as sit back on his bed again. Naruto was in his room waiting and yet still nothing from his friends. This made Naruto worried cause besides Kurama, who was truly like family, those three were the closest people to him. Where are they? Did something happen to them? Naruto asked himself as Kurama was even getting worried, but before Kurama could say anything else, Naruto heard his door knock. Who is it? Naruto asks. It's your mother, Kushina said on the other side of the door. Naruto was annoyed by her calling herself that, remembering how come she never really did raise him and favor the other child instead, and that made him sick, but he rolled his eyes and opened up the door. Is there anything you need from me? Naruto asks her as he looks emotionless, as it was clear he still wanted nothing to do with her. Kushina knew how much Naruto didn't like her, but she wasn't going to give up on him, and she started on what she should have tried to help Naruto years ago. We have everything we needed. We're going to get your chakra unlocked so you can start using it. So it's time, Naruto started as Kushina nodded her head. Very well, let's get this done with. Naruto and Kushina went to the Hokage office. When they made it in, Naruto saw so many faces that he hated to see. His former parents and godparents were here to help his chakra to be unlocked. So how does this work with me unlocking my chakra? Naruto asks as Minato walk over to him. It's simple, we just need you to sit down in the center of the room and let us do the rest, Minato explains as Naruto did what he was told to do. Naruto was sitting down crisscross as he watched his father put down a scroll and unrolled it. Naruto tried to read it, but it was in the old shinobi language. All right, let's start this. Minato told them all to perform the following hand signs. Naruto watched as they were going over 300 signs. This definitely annoyed Naruto as he could not understand why it took this many just to unlock his chakra. As they are on half of the hand signs, a blue circle appeared around Naruto as it was surprising, and then suddenly once everyone finished the last hand sign. Chakra unleashed. Everyone yelled and then smacked their hands directly on the four sides of the circle. The circle suddenly glowed so bright that it nearly blinded Naruto. Once the light came down, Naruto's veins started to appear. Naruto falls over to his side. What did you all do? Kushina got down and tried to comfort Naruto. It's all right, Naruto. This jutsu only hurts just for a few moments. Minato came down. I'm sorry, Naruto, that you're hurting, but with all the years we have wasted, we needed you to get into shape quick. This was a special type of seal to help someone not only unlock their chakra but help them let it push through their bodies to give them the strength they need. It's a very painful jutsu. Until you start getting better, you'll be on bed rest for a bit. You could have at least told me about this first, Naruto said as he was feeling so much pain in him. Minato didn't want to see Naruto like this as he had already seen Naruto too many times in pain before. Minato quickly knocked Naruto out so Naruto could easily rest. Kushina looks at Minato with shock and anger. Minato looks at her with a sad look, knowing what he had just done. I didn't want him to endure the pain. He'll be fine once he wakes up. Later at the hospital, Naruto woke up and could barely move as his muscles were sore and noticed veins were still there. Suddenly everything went black as Naruto was in his mindscape. So you're starting to feel the strength? More like feeling the pain, Naruto said as he was still hurting. Do you know anything that happened when I was out cold? All that really happened was your former father knocked you out because he didn't want you to be in pain, and then he brought you here to the hospital and got you check-in. Your former mother was staying here for hours, but she just left to get something, Kurama explained. Well, that makes sense. After all, they're just trying to win me over. Honestly, they could have given me a heads up about this was going to be painful, Naruto said as he was annoyed as this would have never happened if he had found his friends and so they can get home after what they needed. Well, look on the bright side, it's definitely pumping your body to have muscles, Kurama said as Naruto looked annoyed thinking he was making a joke. I'm not in for jokes for right now, Naruto said as he looked down at his arms and realized they were actually bigger. Naruto did feel his chest and stomach and realized he was definitely developing a more muscular body. Well, I suppose this would do good when I'm going swimming now I have this new body. Naruto, are you really self-conscious about your old looks? Honestly, even before I know you were not muscular but you look decent, nothing special or less, you are definitely above average for a good-looking man. Kurama trying to make Naruto feel good. Thanks, Kurama, honestly though that's the least I'm worried about. I want to know where the others are still. We should have been home by now if they haven't vanished, Naruto said as he just wanted to leave this place as soon as he could. Don't worry Naruto, we'll find them, Kurama said as wrap his tails around Naruto to comfort him. You really are the best brother I can ask for, Naruto said as he soon went back to sleep. Outside of Naruto's body. A redhead girl was sitting next to Naruto, but it wasn't Kushina, it was Mino. She looked at her twin brother. Don't worry Naruto, now that I'm better I'm going to help you in any way I can, Mino said as she was going to find a way to make this right. Mino knows she has to for her brother. Mino was sitting down watching Naruto rest as it was good to know he would be fine and well, also knew and approved. She know with all the years he lacked with training. After all, since he was never properly trained and never really got the chance to learn because how this village treated him and how his parents neglected. This all made her felt very guilty. She remember all the horrible things she said to him, the fact that she said that she was better in every way, the fact that she said he was worthless in everything. She looked down at him and realized how cruel and awful person she was. If only she was a better sister, then perhaps an order would have never run away and maybe things could have changed for him sooner rather than later. She snapped her head to look over when she heard the sound of the door open. Kushina came in with 2 cups of water. Hey, Mino, are you all right? Kushina gave her a cup as Mino smiled and took a drink. Thank you. And yes, I am. In a long time I haven't felt this healthy, but I still have regrets, everything for what I have done to Naruto, my own brother. Mom, I promise on my life I will earn Naruto's forgiveness. Kushina smiled, but it was a sad smile. Mino, I understand, but that was all in the past. I'm sure with a little bit of time and with a little work he'll forgive us for everything, and then it will all be put behind us. Mino looked towards Naruto. It was honestly sad seeing him like this. She can remember all the horrible times when she used to treat him so badly. All of that made her sick to her stomach. What was I thinking back then? Mino honestly wishes she could go back to the past and tell herself to stop doing this, but she can't and she must move forward to earn her forgiveness. Kushina could tell her daughter was starting to look depressed as Mino looked down with tears coming down her eyes. Mino remembers now that she's better, she can soon go back to her old room in her home where she has spent all her life in. So many wonderful memories in there and so many lies she had done. She took credit for a bunch of early things that her brother made. Drawings were one of them. She had many of them in a box and it made her sick to her stomach still as she realizing she did that to only brother and got him into trouble. Remembering what were the last words that could have been the last thing she would have heard from her brother made her feel so much regret for what she has done to him. But yet she is alive and well again. She knows that this means she has a second chance, tries to make things right, and tries to fix what's been broken, but there will always still be cracks to them. She knew her brother was going to be okay as he would be out within a few days and that would give her a good idea. Mom, once he's back of the house, can we do a party for him? Mino asks as Kushina smile. Yes, that does sound nice to do for him, Kushina said as Mino knew this could be the first thing to earn forgiveness. Later on. Mino had decided to go home and headed towards the room, but as she was passing by her father's home office he could hear him in there. Once I get him into shape, those 3 we have locked up now, I know how to use them to get Naruto on our side again, Minato said as Mino can still hear him. What do you think we use those 3 for to get Naruto on our side? An unknown voice said. We have to kill them and frame it on someone that Naruto would believe. I would be able to make him see our ways of using chakra and make him realize that this is where he belongs, Minato started. However, since my son is already in his 30s, I had to use a special seal on him that would not only help him unlock his chakra but help give him more of a stronger body of an early 18-year-old. I will help him grow strong, and I will help him make him come to realize that he was destined for this. The villagers then will truly see him as what he is, the hero of Konoha who saved them all. I see, so when do we start the plan with killing those friends of his? Mino could still hear everything as her curiosity was one of the best trades that she had. She knew if she was hearing everything correctly, then she is wondering what is going on as she can still hear her father talk. Within a couple of weeks, Minato said as Mino covered her mouth and gasped. She headed back to her room and locked the door. She hoped what she heard was just a misunderstanding and she was just hearing things wrong. Kurama and Naruto were together in the mindscape as Naruto was getting bored, not haven't woken up yet from his coma. So how are you feeling with all this new chakra flowing through your body? Kurama asks as he was proud at the fact his brother can finally use chakra despite he might never really use it. I feel taller, Naruto said as he was setting down. Well, that's good to hear from you. After the pain you were put in, it must be good you're now feeling like this, Kurama said as he lay down and looking at Naruto. Yeah, I mean it does feel good, but I don't really care about it though. The sooner we find the rest of our friends, the sooner we can leave, Naruto explained as Kurama came up closer. Naruto, we should have never even done this. To begin with, you unlocking your chakra, we should have been home by now, Kurama said as Naruto was annoyed. Don't remind me, I know, Naruto said as Kurama started to look more serious. No. I'm serious, it doesn't make no sense for your friends just to disappear like that. Kurama said as Naruto looked a bit confused. What do you mean by that? Do you expect something happened? Naruto asks. Kurama nodded. Yes, I honestly do have a bad feeling about what happened to your friends. I can't be certain though, but perhaps what if someone had figured out what our plan was and got rid of them? That's impossible. We all kept quiet and make sure no one was around when discussing our plans, Naruto said as Kurama didn't look so convinced. Honestly, I'm not convinced we were safe when discussing those plans. It is possible someone might have been spying on us without us realizing it, Kurama said as Naruto wasn't so convinced, at least at first. How could they have spied on us and found out? I did bring some gadgets I could. Naruto got caught off. No, Naruto, listen to me, really think about this. We both have mostly lived in a normal country where people don't use chakra. Granted, we had made some inventions that would help us protect ourselves from them just in case the Akatsuki would come, but that doesn't mean they would still have tricks up their sleeve when it comes to using different uses of chakra and jutsu, Kurama explained. Naruto looked away and depressed as he knew for a fact Kurama was right. He and his company had made different ways to protect them from these chakra users, but there could have still been a chance to be outsmarted. So how do you think they figure it then? Naruto asks. To my guess is someone was keeping an eye on us. Maybe when we were having our discussions someone was on the rooftop and was able to listen in, or perhaps someone was able to disguise themselves as an object in your room without even realizing it. They could have even done this when your friends were looking for evidence, Kurama explained. If this is true, then who do you think could have possibly been spying on us? Naruto asks. Like I said, I don't know, but perhaps someone who is working with Minato or Jiraiya. Kurama started, really think about it for a moment. Those two were determined to bring you back here, by blackmailing you, and once you are back they wanted to make sure you would stay and try to make you forgive them and agree to help them. What if they're holding them hostage or they have something else in the plan for them? Naruto couldn't believe what he was hearing from Kurama. Oh no. You could actually be right, they got us all here, and if they do have them they might actually even have. Oh no. They might actually have the information we had to use to blackmail them with. Yes, now you'll realize it. Really think this. First it seemed like they just wanted us to come here to make you forgive them and make amends, but now it seemed like they're trying to control you. Perhaps they're going to force you or manipulate you into doing what they want, Kurama explains as Naruto got furious. Are you kidding me? Naruto said as he could feel his blood boiling. Calm down, Naruto, Kurama said as Naruto couldn't. How can I possibly calm down now that I realize it, Kurama? Please, I would like to hear it? Naruto asked as he was definitely mad now. Because if something goes wrong they could kill them, knowing what they were willing to do to you as a child, who's to say they would threaten their lives? Naruto listens to me. I think the only way for us to win is by playing their game for now at least, even using their tools against them by using chakra, Kurama explained. Kurama, how is that going to work? I just unlocked my chakra, do you expect me to be a master of it right away? Because I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to master something I have no knowledge of using for 32 years of my life, Naruto said as Kurama wasn't giving up. Oh Naruto, you might think all is lost, but there are ways around this for you to start using chakra more than you think and become a master of it quickly, Kurama started. I have been around for 1,000 years, and now that we're in this situation you're definitely going to need my help now more than you know, since we are in this mindscape. Time does go a bit slower in here as well. I know you are a fast learner. Maybe not the best when it comes with actual fighting skills, but you do have a good memory. With both our brains together you'll definitely be knowing a lot more how to use and control chakra once you wake up from this coma. You really do sound confident in this plan of yours, Naruto said as he wasn't so convinced that this would work. Naruto, had you ever doubted me before? Kurama asks as he was waiting for his brother to give him the answer. No, of course not, Naruto said as there really was no reason to. After all, he was always there and always had the best advice all the time. Then don't start now, we have lots to do Naruto, and plans to make, Kurama said as Naruto couldn't actually believe it. Kurama was truly being serious about this shinobi training to use chakra. Alright then, I trust you on this, Naruto said as Kurama smiled. Good, now we have work to do, Kurama said as they got started. Naruto knew he definitely going to have a lot to learn here before he woke up. Naruto, wake up. After finally being in a deep slumber for who knows how long, for Naruto he had risen. Naruto eyes open up slowly to review the change of color. They were no longer blue, at least not completely, they were a reddish blue now. Naruto slowly rise up and put his hand on his head, rubbing that he feels pain. Dang it, my head hurts. Kurama, still being the mindscape, smiled. With all the training we did together you are definitely still going to adjust to this new body, as with all the painful training we were in it's definitely going to still take a bit of time before you're completely adjusted this new body of yours. Naruto frowned as he looked down, but not sadness, more of being annoyed, but knowing he was right. You're right about that, Kurama. Not to mention with my help you will be my first Jinchuriki to wield the power of both my soul and chakra, Kurama said as he was happy to say, as they had already made a plan together during their time with training in the mindscape. Yeah, you're right, you're definitely right, Naruto said as he got onto his feet, and to a surprise the moment the door opened. Mino, I just walked in and froze when she saw her brother was standing up, and that made her so happy. She ran and hugged her brother, and with a little embarrassment blush as she felt her brother was more buff than she thought, as she felt like she just hit a rock. She looked at Naruto. Hey. She didn't realize at first, but her brother was actually taller than before, and even Naruto did not realize it. Naruto is now 6.6 feet tall, which Naruto himself knew this was going to cost some problems once he gets back home, but that has to wait as he had his friends to worry about first. Naruto. Are you alright? Mino asked. She looked at her emotionless. I'm alright. I just feel taller, that's all, Naruto said as he still didn't cross her, as who knows, maybe she was also part of the plan but has to go along with the act for now. Naruto was soon back at the house and taken back to his old room. Once he got there, Naruto uses chocolate defensive. Anyone was looking or knee around his room spying. There wasn't, and so he decided to use the shadow clone technique to create 4 random people out of his head. With this they all left and try to look around to find Naruto's friends. Kurama smirk, the time we had training in there was definitely good. Yes, I know. I just hope we could find our friends before anything bad has happened to them, Naruto said as he was hoping his friends were all right, as anyone that was close to him he could not stand losing them. Don't worry Naruto, I'm sure we'll find them before anything happens, Kurama said as he was just as worried, as he did not want not to lose any of his friends he had made over the years, especially those three have in his life for a long time. With Mino and 2 days earlier. So are you sure you're right about what you heard? Itachi asked, not sounding so sure about this. I need to know if he had done something to his friends. This might be my only chance to prove my brother that I have changed. I know it's a lot to ask, but please help me with this, Mino asked as Itachi sighed. You know this is a lot to ask me, but I'll only do it just this once for what you and your family has done to help out my clan in the past, Itachi said, although knowing the fact that when the people that might have helped him with his clan reputation back at the October 10th when the Kyuubi had attacked the village, his clan was blamed as they were to believe they had done something for not helping, but that was only because they were ordered by Danzo. Minato had tried everything he could help them, but now his daughter is asking help if the fourth Hokage had done something wrong. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. You have no idea how much this means to me, Mino said as tears started to come down her eyes and she wiped them away. Itachi nodded and then left as he had other things to do, but he will make sure to do what Mino asked of him. In the jail cell. All three were cold and hungry as they were being starved. I can't believe this village would do this to us. I just hope Naruto will realize what they're trying to do so he can escape. Itachi had got what he needed as it was quite easy to do. He came over to Minato house in his private office. He acted like he had something important to tell, but then quickly by surprise put him in a genjutsu. This was a special one that allowed him to read his mind and without knowing it's happening. He can only keep him at genjutsu for a few moments, but he got what he needed and he was not happy. After that he released Minato and he had no memory of what Itachi had just done. He taught you? Why are you in my office? Minato asked as Itachi bowed his head. Forgive me, but I wanted to know how Naruto was doing. It may be weird coming from me, but I wanted to know as I only saw him once when he came back and had a short talk. Is he doing all right back here? Itachi asked as he had made an excuse why he was here. He's doing fine, but I am busy with work. Unless there is something important you must say, please do not bother me again, Minato said as Itachi left the room with the information he had. He wrote it down all in a scroll and went to Mino's room. When the door opened up, she was there and let him in with the door closed behind her. I brought you. Ask everything you need to know is all in the scroll, Itachi said as Mino quickly grabbed the scroll and opened up and looked at it, and her mouth dropped with some tears coming down her eyes. She quickly closed the scroll and wiped her tears away. Thank you for doing this. You have no idea how much this is to me, but how worried I am for Naruto's friends now. You're welcome, though you should know I only did this one. I will not do it again, Itachi said as despite what he had done he had his reasons to, but he would not do it again as this was a one-time thing, but he will keep his mouth shut about it knowing the reasons why he must. You did more than what you needed to do. Thank you very much, Mino said as he talking left her there all alone as she sit in her bed. She once again read the scroll and just cannot believe it. Naruto's friends were captured and put in a cell for crimes of stealing information about their village, but it was at this point she found out the only reason why she came was because Naruto was blackmailed. Couldn't have believed it, her brother only came here because he was blackmailed too. He only agreed so his friend to get information to blackmail them to make sure they would not try to do the same, because if they did Naruto would definitely ruin their village. She was heartbroken at the fact what Naruto was trying to do, but at the same time she realized she can't blame Naruto. Naruto was blackmailed and his company could have been ruined with his reputation, that everything he worked for could be ruined, and as she realized she got everything handed to her even though she did put some work in, it was only because what everyone believed that she would be in Naruto that had nothing from the beginning eventually made something out of it and became something very big. I got to find a way to get them out of this, Mino said to herself as she looked down at the scroll with tears in her eyes. Rolling it back up and placing it in her drawer, she had got to find a way to win Naruto's trust and to help him. She knows it's going to be hard and it may take years, but knowing everything what she did it's going to be difficult, but finding a way to save his friends would be a good start. She needed to come up with a plan in order for it to work, and she had a way to keep Minato distracted. Later that day, she threw a big party just for Naruto as there was presents that she had for him all the years on the birthdays he wasn't there, cake and food along with everyone else who are coming. Naruto of course attended as Mino looked so happy. I hope you like it, Naruto, as I have a special surprise to you at the very end. Mino took her leave as she had to go take care of some things, knowing their parents would be there, and she was even able to use a little bit of her own chakra to create a clone that would at least last a good long enough time for her plan to work. Mino only hopes this plan can work. She headed out and made it to where she knew where Naruto's friends were, and only hope it was not too late. Little did she know, though, someone else was following her. Mino was running to where the cells were, as it was a secret place to where they keep the special prisoners in for not anyone to know. It was hidden in the Hokage Mountains, and that is where she needed to be to find Naruto's friends and save them in time. She knew a little bit about this place, how the persons were treated. They were given very little food every few days that would give them enough time to starve painfully. It was also one way for an execution for some of the prisoners that were taken there, but does not want anyone to know about it. Mino didn't really know anything about who the three people were, but knew they were Naruto's friends and they had to be saved if Naruto cared about them. She's not just doing this for herself, but she's doing what is right for Naruto. She just knows she can't let another thing be ruined for her brother and what is his. After all the time she broke things, this time she will make sure it will not be broken. Mino just pray it's not too late. When she got there were guards, and she tried act cool as she was using what little chakra she had. Since she had relied on the Kyuubi for most of her shinobi career, it had damaged her chakra system, still as she was nothing more but a low genin. Thank goodness not that many to guard, very few people here today. She was able to sneak up behind them and knock them out. Once you got to the cage, she finally met three people who were Naruto's friends. Hello there, are you three? Budo, Taro, and Amai. Mino asks them as they all nodded. Don't worry, I'm going to get you all out of here. She was able to unlock the door as it was used for a special seal, but it was very easy to unlock thanks to our clan, and it can only be opened from the outside of the cell. I know it might be hard to trust me, but I am here to help you three get back to Naruto. Please, I'll help all three of you. She offered help to get them onto their feet as she carried them. When they were about to leave the cell, someone was already there in front of the cell door. So you knew where this place was? Naruto, how are you here? Mino asked as Naruto came closer. You didn't think I couldn't sense that shadow clone was fake? Naruto asked her. Flashback at the party. Naruto was pretending to have fun as his other clones were searching around the village to find his friends. Pretending to laugh and smile at least a little bit, but in the inside he was talking with Kurama. Naruto, something is off with that redhead so-called sister of yours? Kurama said as Naruto looked at her and could tell something was off. Kurama used his demonic chakra to sense what was going on. This is not her, it's a shadow clone. Naruto quickly excused himself to go use the bathroom. They went out the window and Naruto was able with his new heightened senses to track down where his real so-called sister was and followed her. He kept an eye on her and saw what was going on as he was able to keep himself stealth and eventually saw where his friends were, and he kept an eye on Mino to see what she was trying to do with them. Then he came to the cell door. Flashback over. So this is what you were trying to do? Did you had anything to do with this? Imprisoning my friends or knowing about it? Naruto asked as he was mixed in emotions of anger and wondering why was she not saving them. Before she could even answer any of the questions, Naruto approached her and grabbed her face with one hand and channeled his chakra into it where he could read the mind and memories. Naruto suddenly let go and gasped as Mino collapsed onto the floor as she was gasping for air. Naruto was in disbelief and looked down at her in shock. You are actually trying to save them? Naruto was actually surprised. He read the memories of which was doing, about Itachi with the scroll, about the plan and the party and what she was going to do. Mino looked up and nodded with tears coming out her eyes. Yes. I realize I have done many horrible things to you. Things that I can never undo or take back. I know you may never forgive me, but I want to at least try. Our father is trying to keep you here as a prisoner and was going to use your friends to make you believe they were murdered and would try to give you the idea of revenge and becoming a shinobi to do so. He was trying to make you let go of your old life so you would come back here. As much as I would want that for you to come back and be as you know me. I understand you would not want that as you build a life for yourself in the other countries. I know about the blackmail and I know about what they try to do. For everything they have done and for everything I have done, I am deeply sorry, but I know it's never going to be enough to earn your forgiveness like that. But at least let me help you and get your friends out of here. If we are able to get to your jet, you can get out of here and go back to your real home. Mino had finally finished as Naruto was surprised by all that. Even though he can never forgive her for all those things she had done to her in the past, maybe. Just maybe there could be a second chance. Alright then, let's go, Naruto said as he got both of his guy friends, as all three of them were surprised to see their Naruto had somehow got a growth spurt but were too weak to question it. Naruto had grabbed the cloaks from the umbu that were wearing and put it over his friends. All five were now out of the caves and were jumping from building to building trying to keep low cover. Guys, I'm so sorry I got you into this mess, Naruto told them in a whisper tone, and they could hear all three of them. Look, it's all right, pal, you would have done the same for us, Budo said as he was exhausted from being in that prison with his energy alone. Yeah, he's right, you would have, but please let's not try to get into this mess again, Taro said as Naruto looked down with a frown. I definitely agree with you guys. I will never ask for any of you to do this again, Naruto said as they made it back to the house where they snuck into Naruto's room. For the rest of the party, the two went and play along with the game, but soon when it was over, Mino had helped them got some clean clothes as Naruto got food in their system as they were definitely hungry. Mino had sent some clones of hers to gather some stuff along with Naruto's clones' help. With all five of them in the room now, so are you really leaving? Mino, you know the reason why I have to, Naruto said as he got his stuff packed up as he gave his friends hoodies to wear as they were going to sneak out now that it was getting dark. Mino of course was going to help with them with that, but this of course also means she'd be saying goodbye. Alright then. They all got moving. This place was foolish enough as Naruto himself felt that way about himself. He really thought he could outsmart this village. He really thought he was that clever when in reality he was not. That was definitely a mistake he is going to have to learn really hard, knowing what it cost with his three friends had to suffer through. By the time they got to the gates, there were two guards not really paying attention. Mino had quickly ran behind them and knocked them out cold. Now that Naruto thought about it, he remembered when he left this place decades ago, those were the same two guards and they were sleeping when he ran away. Nevertheless, they all started moving out of the village and ran to where the jet was, and just in time their clones had to return with the stuff that Naruto and his friends had collected in this village, well, at least the laptops. Naruto had got everyone in the stuff, but look at his sister one last time, Mino. Thank you for this. You're welcome. Mino was suddenly cut off by none other than the person right behind them both. Minato along with a group of umbu, and he was definitely angry. I cannot believe this. Dad, how are you? Mino was cut off by her own father. You better try this village. Both of you. Especially you, after all I have done for you all these years. Minato had said with hatred in his voice as neither of them had saw their father like this before. Dad, what were you thinking? Blackmailing him to make him come back? Kidnapping his friends? Your plan was to kill them and to make not to believe they were murdered. What was wrong with you? Mino said as she was disgusted at the thought of her father doing things like this. I had to find a way to get him to come back. Jiraiya himself realized how much Naruto cared about his reputation, and with rumors and tapes of him, of course he would have come back. I had to find a way to keep him here after he was done with talking you. Minato explained. What was this all very worth it for some prophecy? We have never been in any danger by some world threat, the prophecy said. Mino asked her dad. She really wanted to know right now. I know it's going to happen, and when it happens Naruto must been ready for it, but now you all leave me no choice, Minato said as he ordered his men to get them and take them in. At that very moment that was the time for it, an explosion field of chakra emerged from Naruto and transformed him into a completely different being. It was a man standing at a full 7 feet, having long red, orange and blonde hair going down, forming a beautiful sunset color, reddish blue eyes, whisker mark grew bigger, wearing a very beautiful kimono that was covering different kinds of foxes that was dark orange and gold, orange and gold pearls around his neck and atop it all off long 9 tails that match his hair color with fox ears on the top of his head. Everyone was in shock as nobody had expected this except for Naruto and Kurama. Kurama was laughing inside of Naruto's mind. This is a special ability when only soul mortgages with their host, and with the combination of the demonic chakra it only enhanced the abilities to a far greater power. The only thing that Kurama didn't realize that he said that out loud for everyone to hear, surprising himself as he did not realize that but he love it. He vanished out of thin air and appeared right in front of the 4th Hokage and hit him directly in the face, sending him flying, with all the other tails of his grabbing and tossing the envelope at each other or slamming them hard in the trees. When the fight was finally over, Naruto had transformed back to normal. Oh boy, that was actually kind of fun. Naruto turned around to see his friends were all looking at the door and were in shock. I'm sorry if I had scared you all. Also the heads and kind of laugh. Naruto himself was about to get on the plane but then look back at his sister, even though there's still a big part of him that hates her. Despite what she done, she had technically saved his friends' lives, and now that their dad knows the truth about it, she could be in danger. Naruto pulled out his hand to her. Mino, come with me. Mino had understand why, as she was now a traitor and probably be put into prison for helping Naruto escape. After all, knowing everything, she doesn't really have that much of a reason to be free by staying here. Losing all the demonic chakra and losing her strength, she's definitely not going to be worth being a shinobi or a tool to anything now. They quickly gone on and fly away on the jet. A new life and a new beginning for Mino. Mino was completely surprised with the jet ride, as she was told about it by her mother and what's the price to hear about it, but dang, she never thought it would be that much fun. It was mostly quiet though, sadly, as she wanted to talk more, but everyone obviously didn't after what they experienced. Naruto's friends just wanted to sleep while Naruto had to get back to work on the laptop. I decided to look outside in the window and found the view to be quite beautiful over the clouds. By the time they were all down, they were top of a building and everyone got off as Mino, what's the price to see the area? Mino, please come with me, Naruto said as he brought her to a car and they both got in. She was surprised this was how a lot of people get around instead of walking. These weren't wagons or horses, these were vehicles, as Naruto had to explain how things work around here. By the time the car stopped, they had made it back to Naruto's old house, and it was a surprise to her to see where her brother has been living all this time. It was a beautiful mansion that had 3 floors, white with many windows around it, a big swimming pool with a hot tub next to it, gardening and so much more as they went inside. It seemed like the place transformed the moment they walked into the living room, as if it was a completely different house. It had more of a Japan style, which was beautiful. So will I be sleeping on the couch? Mino asked as Naruto walked her away from the living room, as maybe she probably will be sleeping on the floor as she looked down, but then she was surprised when the door Naruto took her to it was a bedroom and it was beautiful. No, you'll be sleeping here. I'm not having a guest in my house sleeping on the couch, that would just make me look bad. Also, I have many rooms, but this is just for the guests. We'll talk about more permanent living, which room you'll be living in. Naruto explained as Mino went in and took a barrel look at the room as she was tired and decided it was time for bed. By morning when she woke up, Mino felt great as the mattress was definitely comfy. It must have been very expensive as she got up and looked for her brother. Mino wanted to check the other rooms until she got to the biggest one, which was a surprise. It was like 5 times bigger than the one she's been in. It was completely decorated with gold and blue ornaments, and all the furniture matched with beautiful lights and everything. There was another door, and to none other it was Naruto himself, wearing a simple sleeping kimono shirt and shorts. Mino was definitely surprised seeing her brother like that. She was definitely a handsome man, and speaking of which, where the heck was his wife? You know it's a bit rude just to come into someone else's room, right? Naruto asked as still had a toothbrush in his mouth. Oh sorry, I was just wondering what time it is. I just woke up and couldn't find you, Mino said as Naruto asked to give him a minute. Mino was sent to the living room, and to her surprise there was a maid there already cooking food. She looked over and smiled and gave some food to her. Welcome guest of Uzuka's, we like French toast or bacon? Mino was confused, but then Naruto came in wearing a normal gray suit, all formal again. Please make it both, Himiko. Yes, Mr. Yuzuke's, Himiko said as she made the plate for them both to eat. The maid left them alone so they can talk. I have to say, Naruto, your place is amazing and different all at the same time. When I was able to see so far a whole new world, and wow, it's amazing. Definitely. I have to get going soon, but we will need to talk as I already have a meeting set up for us in my office. Till then I have someone who will keep an eye on you and help you get to know around this place, Naruto said as Naruto left as Mino felt alone, but not for long as a cab driver came in and she was going to get a tour around the town, and it was definitely amazing. It would only be soon when the meeting comes where her umbrella can actually have a more conversation. Mino was now heading to her brother's office and a nice blue business suit that she was given to wear before coming to the meeting as her brother had already ordered it for her. Once in the office, she was surprised to see how big and beautiful it was. It was definitely a lot larger than her father's. Welcome, Miss Namikaze. Please take a seat and we'll talk, Naruto said as Mino took a seat down, and it was finally time for them to talk. So what do we need to talk about? Mino asked as Naruto closes his laptop. Well, I'm free for the next 2 hours, so we have plenty of time to talk. If you have any questions, please ask away, Naruto said as Mino was thinking about the question she wanted to ask. Well, first, why were you such in a rush to leave during breakfast? Mino asked, wanting to know the reason. Well, simple. My business, Naruto said as Mino felt like he was being rude. Naruto, if you really did not want to answer that, you didn't have to say it's your business, Mino said as Naruto shook his head. My business, what I mean by that is my company. I'm a busy man that has to get up early in the morning and do a lot of stuff to keep this company running, Naruto explained as Mino had actually laughed. Okay, now I get it, you're a busy guy. But for real though, what do you even do in this company anyway? I mean, I know little about it, but not that much, as I only got what my parents were telling me. And speaking of which, how did you also got this company off the ground? Mino asked as she wanted to know the full story. Well, it took hard work, finding the right people that can help, finding the right people that knows how to do the job, find the right people who want the job and will do it, find the right people, well, basically everyone involved with this business. I had to find the right people for to make it successful. My company is not just all completely mine though, as I have made a bunch of business deals and contracts with others to help them, and they all help me as well. But how much money I make gives me over $1 billion, and it really helped me become successful with the products I sell, Naruto explained many of the things, and Mino was interested in learning all of it, as all the kinds of inventions and gadgets this company makes. I got to say, Naruto, that's all interesting, and to know about how your friends came along was even great. That does bring me to my next question though. When we got to your house, where was your wife and kids? I mean, certainly you would technically be married right now, right? Mino asked. Like I told your parents, I am married to my company, Naruto said as he wore the same ring that he now shows to his sister. It's simple but yet beautiful. Seriously though, why haven't you thought about marrying or having kids? Mino asked as she wanted to know. Really? Well, okay, the truth is I just never thought I could be a good dad or husband. After all, knowing how my life was growing up, I didn't want to be any of that. So I decided to completely focus on my company and work building up and help all those in this business, Naruto explained. Well, that's not true. I think you could be a great father. I mean, I could have been a great mother if I haven't had all those problems, what was happening to my health and everything, Mino said as she knew the reason why she never married was because of her health. Being the daughter of the 4th Hokage and clan heir, she was expected to carry on that line, but now because we're not able to have kids, no one wanted to be with her. You know, we've been talking about my life, but we never really had a chance to talk about yours. So tell me, how was your life treating you ever since I left? Naruto said as Mino started to explain. Well, at the beginning when you first left, I was heartbroken. On that day I had known the reason why, because it was my fault. I was hoping you would have been found and I could make amends to you then, but that never happened until many years later. I mean, the first few years life was okay and great, but it always feel like something was missing. From graduating the academy, being put on a team, going up the rings and going on missions, I always wonder what it'd be like if you were there with me. But never got the chance to know because you were gone all that time, Mino explained looking down. Well, I'm not going to lie to you, if I was there I probably would have actually ended up dying or failing and remain a citizen. I mean, back then I was never properly trained even by the academy. They never properly focus on me with the other students, and we know the reason why. That's also why you reason why I got the worst grade. I mean, I could have at least had a little bit better if it wasn't for all the teachers wouldn't even properly educate me, not to mention if somehow I did pass, I probably would have failed a ninja test to become a genin, and even nice, and how did I would have probably eventually ended up dead on a mission, if none of that happened, citizen, and a disappointment in the parents' eyes thinking it's all my fault. Naruto finally finished, with Mino looking at him with kind of a bit of annoyed. That was very long, pointing everything out, but then again I bet you love explaining everything. You definitely know how a lot of things work, and honestly you're probably right. Knowing how you are treated, that's probably how you would have ended up, instead of here being successful and everything. That's actually the one good thing about you anyway. You actually truly made something great of yourself, and I'm proud of you for it. Mino had finished as she was truly proud of her brother. Well, thank you, but I must honest with you, I was not as smart as I thought. I thought I know how I was going to win. I thought I had everything planned it out after getting blackmailed and all of the mess I got myself into by going to the Hidden Leaf. They had more tricks up their sleeve than I realized. I thought what I had was definitely good enough, but apparently I was wrong with that, Naruto said as Mino looked at him. There is something I want to know though. Why did you allow me to come here and even brought me to your house? I mean, after everything and after what you said to me back when I was still in the hospital? Mino asked as she really wanted to know. Well, for starters, you had realized what was going on before I did. You weren't a part of it. You rescued them and helped me got them back safely. Finally, I pretty much not have that much of a choice, since I owe you for saving my friends' lives as well, me, because who knows what could have happened if I didn't realize before it was too late. Naruto finished as he really could not imagine and did not want to imagine what could have happened to his friends if it was too late. You know they might still come back after you, Naruto, Mino said as she wanted to make that point clear. You are right, which it's going to make me lead to a direction for what they had tried to do to me, my company and my friends, Naruto said as Mino was wondering what he meant by that, but sadly the time had run out as she was told to leave and Naruto had to get back to his work. Naruto along with his friends were all in a meeting together, and it was time to make a serious decision, as during his time back with Konoha, Naruto had realized how big of a mistake he did thinking it was that easy, and it cost his friends safety and what could have happened to them if it wasn't for the person he didn't trust the most during that time. Now that everything is back to normal, Naruto himself has to finally end this, knowing what Konoha has done along with leader of the village. The other problems that comes with it with the other four great nations and the Akatsuki. It was time to make a decision to finally take care of them all, looking everything, and with all the evidence that was gathered this was more serious, and Naruto have finally realized that. Naruto was wondering, what should you do exactly? There were ways he could do this. One of them was simply to do nothing and hope for the best, but the more he thought about it the more something could happen, and whatever something bad happens to his friends or others, or what about the blackmailing happens? He could go to war. With everything he had discovered he could use it and convince people to end the five great nations. He could simply destroy the village with a powerful missile he had, as his company had work with the military, and if something this serious was to happen all he had to do was convince a few people to do it and it would happen in no time, bring an end to the village. This was definitely a hard choice to make for Naruto. I need to not know which one he's a choose to do. What should I do? Naruto asked himself. Naruto was getting everything prepared as he made a special watchtower with a special made cannon that can only be charged up with the soul and chakra of the nine-tailed fox. This watchtower was nothing big or anything special, it was close by to Naruto house. It was time for Konoha and the rest of the shinobi world to pay for they have done, as with all the information he had gathered, with he had learned during his time there. He had made the decision that he could not allow their existence to continue, knowing what harm they brings to innocent people. It took a few weeks, but when I was ready Naruto and Kurama were both ready to do it. This cannon was specially made to use a special energy blast, and it would not be detected by anyone, and it will completely destroyed and the five great nations of the shinobi world. Naruto decided to do this on his own, not wanting anyone to see him or be there when he does it. It would only be him and Kurama as always. He transformed back into his special nine-tail fox form, as this form was them when they merged together. Thanks for this form, it will give them the energy they needed in order to finally bring an end to Konoha. Putting his hand where it needs to be, he begins to charge up the cannon by channeling his chakra into it. Everything was set and ready to go. The cannon was locked onto the target. It was time to bring it in of the shinobi era. Naruto with full power released the blast into the sky, and with only a matter of a couple minutes it destroyed Konoha and everyone in it. Soon the other four great nations experienced the same fate, as there was nothing left behind. It was hard to believe that it came down to this, but truth to be told, the prophecy that was told, it was always about making a choice. Naruto ended up making the decision, and perhaps if his parents were never too focused on the prophecy and been real parents to him and his sister, maybe things could have been way different for them all. But what Naruto has done was final, as he would not be caught, as he had this all sorted out, and soon the tower will be taken down and its parts be used scattered to help with the company. Years later. It was a fine day where Naruto was, as things have changed for him and his life. It was only 10 years later, and to a surprise, a 3-year-old had came running into his office. "Daddy." The little girl said it as she jumped onto his lap. "Oh hey, my little princess," Naruto said, as he loved his daughter, as 5 years ago he had finally gotten married to Amai. This all happened thanks to Mino, as she had found out Amai had a crush on Naruto this whole entire time and decided to get these two together. Mino had become a babysitter and was still living with her brother. She had adopted to her new life, and her relationship with her brother had gotten better. It was quite a nice happy ending for them. Once they spoiled brat and a poor child, one ended up sick and deserving it, while the other had so much that he earned on his own. Finally the two come together and make peace, even though it took a long time. Mino knows she could have had this way more sooner if she wasn't a spoiled brat and wasn't so mean towards Naruto for what she believed all his years ago. Now that things have gotten better for them both, she sadly would never have children, but was proud to have a niece. She eventually found out about what happened to her village, but never knew who did it. Naruto was sitting on a chair with his little girl on his lap, smiling. He was happy that he had finally what he wanted, a family to love, as that is all he ever wanted. Certainly a party cannon came right into his face as there was confetti over him. It was from Amai. "I got some great news, I'm pregnant again." Naruto faded at the fact that he would have another child, but he was excited. It was definitely a good ending for him, but it was only the beginning if I happy a long life with his family. The end. Okay guys, I hope you all really did enjoy this. I want to finally get this done, and there are other projects I wanted to do, and I will be honest, this was supposed to be taken care of a few months ago after my last fanfiction got completed. I'm not going to deny I kind of was just being lazy, as I was thinking a bunch of other things and I was doing a lot of and that's the end of today's Sunday special. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new upload. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you next time with another amazing story. Thanks for watching.